Working at Starbucks kind of feels like you're sitting at a table and the room is on fire and you're drinking a hot cup of coffee on an empty stomach, just chilling at that table in that fire, burning inside and out because you also have constant acid reflux. Hey, what's up? Hello, my name is Stefania and welcome to my channel. If you don't already know, around here we talk about all things coffee, barista life, healing, thriving, prospering, and overall just being that with a latte in her hand. That's the vibe around here. Doing the damn thing, doing the hard work, doing the shadow work, all with that $8 latte in our hand because we deserve it. So if that sounds like your vibe, then pull up a chair and stay a while. In other words, if you enjoy this video today, then be sure to subscribe and like this video so that we can do this more often. Your engagement really does help my channel. I love reading your guys' feedback, comments, questions, whole bit. We're a community of coffee lovers around here, so let's act as such, okay? Today I have a video for you guys on a topic that I don't think we've ever explored on my channel before. I've alluded to it in a few of my other videos where we've talked about some of the cons of working at Starbucks, but we've never really gone for the jugular, gone for the throat. So today we're going for the throat. So for all of my people out there that are just like me, that don't ever really like to go into things blind, we like to know what to expect, what's gonna happen, etc., etc. This video is for you. I like to be prepared, so I'm gonna help you be prepared. So this video today is dedicated to all of the reasons you may not want to work at Starbucks. Oh yeah, baby, this is a cons video. We're being negative little Nellies today, but in the best way possible. In my humble professional opinion, I think that pros and cons are equally important so that we can make informed decisions. I think that there's nothing wrong with being aware of both. Disclaimer, this video is in no way, shape, or form swaying your decision to apply or start a position at Starbucks. I'm just gonna be discussing my personal experience and things that I observed during my 4 years at Starbucks. So whatever decisions or opinions you draw from this video are completely yours, love bug. I did not influence it at all. For legal reasons, I gotta say that. All I'm guilty for is influencing you to be a bad biddy with a coffee. And if that's illegal now, then take me away. First up, we're gonna talk about the intensity of the job. I would call this con number one. This actually may be a pro to some of you, so let me explain and then you can draw your own conclusion. I think all too often people underestimate the speed and agility that you need to work at Starbucks. I say agility because damn, you're gonna be spinning round and round and round. You're gonna get dizzy, girl, and you need some stamina for that. It's no secret that Starbucks is a very fast-paced, multitasking, attention to detail, go, go, go type of job. If you're pulling up and expecting to make a coffee here and there and not do a whole lot, maybe lift up a carton of milk every other day, Starbucks is not the job for you, baby. And listen, I don't mind a fast-paced environment. If anything, I prefer it, but there are some days, most days, that you clock out and it literally feels like you got the wind knocked out of you. Some days it's like, what the f just happened? Did I really just spend 8 hours doing that? I just want to be very upfront and blunt about that with you because I think, and I have seen people come in, apply, get the position, and they're like, oh my god, cute, I'm gonna be a barista, which true, being a barista is so cute, but you gotta know what you're getting yourself into. It's not just all fun and games, cutesy, I'm a barista. I mean, that's most of it, but you gotta know what you're getting yourself into here, love. It always sucked watching people get hired and then seeing them quit within the first 2 weeks because they didn't know the vibes. They were initially looking for a receptionist position, somewhere where they could just sit and chill, and Starbucks is not the kind of job where you just sit and chill. Starbucks is the kind of job that a frappuccino explodes in your face while a 3-year-old is crying and throwing up in the lobby. Now if that's you, sit at that front desk, answer those phone calls, schedule in a coffee for your manager, own it, do your thing. But I just want you to be aware that if you're thinking that Starbucks is for you and you're interested in working as a barista at Starbucks, I'm just trying to make you aware of what you'd be getting yourself into. Even the lowest volume stores that Starbucks has are still crazy busy all the time. It's Starbucks. It doesn't matter what street corner it's on, it's gonna be busy. Know thyself in the most loving way possible and just understand that if you're gonna be starting at Starbucks, it's not gonna be a leisurely chill kind of job. Now, some people like that, like me. I like that go, go, go pace. If that's you, go ahead, apply. Con number two of working at the Bucks is that sometimes requesting time off can actually be pretty difficult. Not at every store, but it's a gamble. You're not gonna know until you start somewhere. I worked at a store where getting time off wasn't terribly difficult as long as I planned it far enough out, but I also worked at a store where I could plan something 3 months out and I was still getting my time off denied. It's why do you need me on that specific Saturday 4 months from now? It does have a lot to do with stores being short-staffed, lacking in labor hours. I mean, there's a number of reasons as to why that is. It's not just your manager hates you and doesn't want you to live your life. Some managers plot on your downfall, not all. But I would say going into it, just be prepared for that because as much as it's an intense job, it's also a demanding one as well. That's why a lot of Starbies barista joke and say they sold their soul to the siren. Yeah, it's not a joke, it's just an inside joke. Is that one that you're prepared to become part of? Choose wisely. This is a hypothetical cup of coffee because I've already had 2 cups today, so I figured I needed to cut back a little bit. But if I did have a cup of coffee, this would be a coffee sip break. This is usually the part in the video where I just remind you to like this video and subscribe if you are enjoying it so far. Again, your engagement really does help my channel, green beans. I love you so much. Okay, back to the video. Moving on to con number 3, which would be lack of breaks. If you work at a high volume Starbucks store, which every Starbucks store is pretty much high volume, but I'm talking like a true high volume store, drive-through, busy area, big suburb, college town, wherever. More often than not, you will not receive all of your breaks. I can't tell you how many times I didn't get my 10s, I didn't get my lunch because it was so busy and chaotic that we needed all hands on deck. We needed everybody on the floor. Nobody would get their breaks. I realize that that is something that is heavily on management, and having poor management, obviously it's gonna result in the baristas not getting their breaks and other things falling apart. I had poor management at a specific location that I worked at, but again, it's not everywhere, but it is something to be conscious of. Especially if you are somebody that doesn't have the best stamina. Sometimes you need a little break, you need a little snacky. There's nothing wrong with that. I get it, but be prepared to sometimes not get it. I wasn't prepared for that personally. That was an aspect that I honestly did really hate about the job, especially when you are working at a high volume store like I was, and I'd be on my feet for 8-9 hours straight. I pray that your store, wherever you're applying or wherever you're working at, doesn't operate like that. But if it does, the only advice I can say is set your boundaries and stick to them. Con number 4, moving right along to the blackout period. It's the most horrible time of the year. Seriously. The holidays are busy for all of us. No matter what you celebrate, that time of year is very busy, and Starbucks has something that they call the blackout period. The blackout period is essentially a stretch of time where Starbucks says you cannot request off from this date to this date. And that's typically usually right before Thanksgiving and right after New Year's. So the entire holiday season. My 2 corporate stores had it. They also have a bidding system that everybody takes part of. You will bid which holidays you can absolutely not work, which holidays you can work, and which holidays you could work if necessary. You only get 2 absolutely can'ts. And that's between Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day. So you essentially choose which holidays you're okay with giving up and which holidays you absolutely cannot work. It's so much fun when your whole entire family is having Thanksgiving dinner at home and you're elbow deep cleaning the espresso machine at Starbucks. It's also quite hard to get time off, just regular time off, during the blackout period. It's not impossible, but it is pretty difficult. Plan in advance. If you know that you're going somewhere in December, in August, then request off in August. Don't wait until October, and set your boundaries. If you guys would be interested in me making an entirely other video about setting boundaries in the workplace, specifically boundaries in a coffee shop like Starbucks, let me know, because I have picked up a lot of things that I can definitely share with you guys that I think would be kind of beneficial for all of us to know, because work is not our life, it's just a part of our life. So if that's of interest, let me know. We can totally make a video about that. The last con in this video that I want to share with you around working at Starbucks is, you probably already know this one, but con number 5 is people are assholes. I cannot tell you how many times I was treated like less than a human. I was treated like literal pond scum. It's the worst, but all these crazy stories that you hear from baristas, believe them all, because they are all true. And I know some people are like, no, that didn't happen. It's like, yes. So you agree. So it's so mind-boggling that somebody would act like that, that you think it's fake. So you agree. People are assholes. You see and come face to face with every single type of human being that exists. We all drink coffee in the same language. People project their days. They project their lives onto you. People can also be quite incompetent at times and just strictly operating in autopilot, which real, but that means they also have zero awareness, which is not a great thing. You see it all, and for some of you that might be like, cool, let me go have a bunch of like really gnarly conversations with really random different people. That's how I saw it, but there are other people that are like, holy shit, I'm gonna have to talk with all of these different types of people. I'm an introvert, I should not be doing this. And both are equally valid, which is why I'm here, which is why we're being transparent, which is why we're being proactive. If you're not somebody that wants to work in a hyper customer facing role where you gotta talk, interact, and make a bunch of different types of people happy, nice people, rude people, high schoolers, screaming, crying, throwing up, children in the car seat that want a double chocolatey chip frappuccino but their mother said no. You gotta have a backbone, babe. Otherwise, you're gonna find yourself crying in your car after every single shift, which again, I'm speaking from experience there. It can be quite a lot, honestly, very overwhelming at times, and I don't wanna sound like I'm coming off doom and gloom because the job isn't doom and gloom. But these things are just the reality of the job, and I want you to be aware of it because I wasn't aware of it coming in. And listen, I turned out fine, everything was fine. Do I have a lot of little T trauma from it? Yes, but character development. But there are also a lot of really amazing customers that do come in and completely make your day, but this is a cons video, so we're just gonna focus on the negative. Do I think that it's a bad job? No. Don't waste your time and don't waste other people's time. Just know the vibes going into it, and if that's not your vibe, then that's not your vibe. Just don't force it to be your vibe, and then people catch you slipping, and it's not a good look. You do not want to be that barista that quits 2 weeks in. You do not want to be that barista that puts the green apron on and takes it right back off and then runs out the front door crying. If after this entire video you're sitting over there and you're still like, nah, I get free drinks and discounts, I'm still gonna work there, then check out some of the other videos on my page that are all dedicated to Starbucks interview questions and answers, the first day, what to expect, some of my Starbucks training videos on learning the menu. I got a whole array of stuff on my channel for you if you're still crazy enough to want to work at Starbucks after this. From hopefully your favorite barista, goodbye for now, good luck, and I will see you guys next time. Mwah.